Hi class. It's nice to see you virtually. Sorry that we're not going to be able to finish our printmaking. Hopefully this summer I'll be able to offer a printmaking session somewhere at a park or something fun to finish that really cool project. But I want you to be able to create at home while you're at home for this special time. I am going to be showing you today a really simple painting that you can do. It will be a really cool Easter present for mom. If you don't have any paint at home, you can do the same thing with colored pencils or crayon. It's a very similar technique, and you don't have to have any kind of special paint. You could use whatever kind of paint you have at home. I will be using acrylic because that's what I like to paint with. But you can use whatever you have to create this little design. Alright, let's get to it. So, if you're painting with me today, alright, if you're going to be painting with me today, I'm using a canvas because I have one. I do not expect you to have a canvas at home, but you can paint on paper if you have paper, or whatever your mom says you can paint on. If she's got, an old plate. If you get meat in meat trays, those little styrofoam trays are actually really nice to paint on sometimes, or even to carve out. Maybe we'll do something carving those next time. So I've got my canvas. You can use paper. I have some paint. Get my paint. I usually only buy the primary colors. One, because Mrs. Grissom doesn't have a lot of money, and two, because I can make every color with the primary colors. And white. Artists go through a lot of white, not as much black because you don't need a lot of black, and I don't like to use black very much with color theory. So I am just using a paper plate that I've obviously used for sketches as well. You can reuse things a lot. So if you have your primary colors, that's great. If you only have some colors, use what you have. This is going to be a really nice picture for Lent and Easter. We're going to do a nice sky background, and then we're going to come back through once it dries with black and have a nice silhouette of Calvary. Alright, so I've got canvas, I've got paint on my palette, water, Miss Grissom likes her yogurt cups, and I have my paintbrushes. Obviously, Miss Grissom doesn't keep her area very clean. Okay, so I kind of want to do a nice sunset time, so I'm going to start with a little sun, the quintessential, sun in the corner of the page, some red. Really, you're just going to have a lot of fun mixing your colors, and then you guys remember that red and some yellow together will make a nice orange. You can get, you can clean your brush in between mixing colors if you want a really clean palette. Not gonna lie, I don't. And that's how a lot of my art pieces end up extra colorful, unintentionally, because I'm painting and sometimes I forget to get my water cup, or I just don't clean my brush out, and I just keep going, because that's what I do. Okay, so we're going back. We're gonna kind of come out from the sun. This is like my center point here. And it's gonna get darker the farther away that we go. You can continue a circle pattern if you want to do that, or if you want your sky to be more smooth, you can blend. You can kind of go straight across, gets a little more soft. I prefer to be able to see my brush strokes, because it's just my style. But you can make it nice and smooth if you like. I also, I like to use my brush strokes to really enhance my center of interest. So I'm thinking about putting my cross here. And all this movement that's going around in this area is going to draw your eye even more to my Calvary cross. My sun's getting a little lost here. That's okay. Get my little white, whiten it up a little bit, and blend it out a little. Acrylics do dry pretty quickly, which is nice. Oils are a little slower. If you're doing this in watercolor, just make sure that you're not getting your paper too wet, and you might need to wait until your paper dries in between layers. That's sort of the trick to watercolors. You don't want to oversaturate your paper. Kind of imagining where my my hill's gonna be down here at the bottom. Make it a little darker down there. Alright, and then I'm trying to also paint the edges. So to have a nice finished piece, I'm gonna pretend that you're gonna give this to your mom as a gift, because you love your mamas, right? Or if she doesn't, want it, you can give it to your grandma, or whoever in your family you want to give it to. Anyway, I'm gonna pretend you're giving it to your mommy. So if mama wants to hang it, she doesn't want to see those white sides when she hangs it in the family room. Or in the closet, if you ask her to hang in the closet, because I feel like some of you might do that. Okay. I hope that you guys enjoyed that last video I sent you. Alright, so I'm painting the sides. I'm not painting the bottom because I'm going to paint the bottom black to go with my silhouette. Alright, so now I've got this cool kind of background there. Pretty good, pretty fun. Nice and swirly. Another tip for you guys, if you're using a lower quality paint, sometimes it ends up being a little bit see-through, and that's something that I know my boys get grumpy about. Like, Mom, why does your paint cover, and the paint you let me paint with, it's crap. If you add a little bit of white to any of your colors, it will help it be more opaque. I was looking around to see if I could find other paintings as an example, but I don't see one readily available. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. So Theo painted this boat. You can see this way. Boat, and you can see this is what I'm talking about. So he used a lighter bit, and you can kind of see the canvas through. If you add the white into the brown, it would be more opaque. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, so waiting for it to dry. You can start on the bottom part. So this is when you need your black. I'm going to mix a little bit of blue into my black because I just don't like using straight black. I feel like it's really daunting. In like a, I don't know, just a dreadful way. I think it's because I had a teacher in high school that like didn't let us use black at all. She like confiscated the black. And so I just, I've been trained to avoid it. You can use it. If you use just plain black, it might look a little bit flat. So here's my black. Coming in for my, where's my little black. Put a little bit of my blue in it. And see, it just sort of makes it a little bit richer. Does that make any sense to you guys? It's still black. It's just got a little something to it. Okay. Okay. But that's just me. You do not have to do that. Okay. So, painting your bottom. So far I've been painting all this with like a, just like a flat brush. Can't really pick it up. So I can get the bottom here. So you can do the same design with whatever you have at home. This is a 6x6 square. You can go bigger if you want. I tend to prefer to paint in square shapes. I don't know why. I've noticed that. I'm actually gonna carry my image over to the side here. Add my black down here. Called gallery wrapping. Kids sound super smart. Be like, Mom, today I watched Mrs. Grosheim gallery wrap a canvas. Okay. Alright. See how nice and dramatic that looks? Yeah, okay. All about the drama. In art, not in life, though. We don't need more drama in life. I just want to Kind of go back in, because I don't like, what I don't like right now that I'm seeing this strong line down here, and it's kind of hitting against my curvy line, so I'm just going to blend those together a little bit, get rid of that strong line. I want everything to be nice and soft. See, it's kind of softening up a bit. You can get your paint. Here, let me show you. You can do what I call a glaze by getting your brush a little bit wet, and then you take some of your paint and you just sort of dilute it out. So see, this is really thin paint now, and you can go over. Oops. See, everybody makes mistakes. But you can go over it in a really soft way to blend without making really strong lines. See, now I gotta cover that black up. So I'm gonna not use a glaze. Oh, black. Okay. Using my water, trying to dilute the black. Little paper towel. Do, 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 do. Alright, let's fix this. Alright. I can't really tell. The problem with being the artist is that I know that I did that. Now you know that I did that. I will always see these little smudgy points. Now the viewer, you know, if I put this on my website or something and sold it, they would not know about that. And they probably would never ever notice this smudgy area, right? Because especially it's off in the corner. You're not going to notice. So if you give it to somebody and you made a mistake, they're probably not going to notice. They're going to say, oh, well, thank you. Don't point it out to them. Yeah, it was pretty nice until I messed this part up. You know, just let them enjoy it. So just moving slowly down from my sun there. Make your cross a little thicker if you want, a little thinner. If you want, you can even do the one big cross. And then like the two smaller crosses on the sides that you see sometimes for the good and the bad thief that were, oop, that was a little too wet, that were crucified with Jesus. There we go. Capillary effect, right? Intersection of science and art. You will have less problems if you wait for your background to dry. I am trying to do this and not have to make multiple videos for you guys. So that's why I'm kind of painting wet on wet. Wait for your background to dry and you're going to have more success than that. It's kind of boring, so I think I'm going to add the 2 crosses on the sides here. I'm trying to imagine right now how big I want to make them, if I'm going to make them smaller. Not bad. Okay, so then here over, just trying to visually kind of put them about the same, distance away. It's about 1 brush away, and it starts about there. It's about there. This way. Here we go. As I'm painting, I'm kind of irritated that my crosses aren't like perfectly symmetrical and like the edges aren't super clean. But you know what? It's okay. Alright. Oops. Don't drop your paintbrushes in the middle of your palette, guys. I'm gonna get all gross. Okay, so kind of end up with a nice little painting, or you can do the same thing with colored pencils or crayon, whatever you have. If you're using colored pencils or crayon, I would just take on your pencil and draw the silhouette in, and because it's going to be a lot harder to cover the background with the black if you're using a colored pencil. What I would do, I would just sort of make this line, and do an outline of these things here, then do your background, and then color the black in the front. You could even do a paper cutout if you have black construction paper. You can do that. Alright, see if I can fix some of the stuff I don't like here. Ooh. Alright, what else could we do? You could put some clouds in there if you want. I'm gonna, I think, try to make a little bit of a shadow. If you want to get crazy, you could try to do like, the Jesus' arms and maybe like the bend of his knee. That might be cool. I'm just adding the blue here as a little highlight, like the sun is kind of hitting against there. also going to take some blue to the top of my hill. It's just going to create a little more depth and interest. It's a little more my style. I don't do a lot of really super bold things. If you wanted to do some clouds, I would not go in and do like super fluffy white clouds. Probably try to use your white in a really light kind of way. Like I have water on my brush. Make them really thin. Cloud. Add a little of the colors in there. You know, clouds are sort of blobby and they're not like we usually draw in like first grade, not like the fluffy cloud like puffball. You know what I'm talking about? Like a cotton ball. Those don't really look too great when you're trying to make a more serious piece of art. Also, the color tends to be a little deeper, like on the bottom of a cloud. Kind of going in with my red on the bottom. Maybe more of the yellow towards the top of my clouds. Alright, everyone, I hope you have fun painting or drawing or whatever is making you happy today. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy at home. And I miss you guys. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.